Welcome back to another video. Another video on junipers. Chinensis we got here. So in the title, put my coffee down. Mother, daughter. So this is the mother plant. This was a cutting, which I did 5 years ago. The cutting was, it was one of these extensions. Can't remember which side. It certainly wasn't front or back because I needed to grow them out, which I have done to get a three-dimensional look, but it needs bringing back in now. It's gone too far. But that's good. Yeah, so that's the daughter of this, 5 years old. I love this. Not as much as this, but I love this because I've done this from day one, and yeah, he's turned out quite nice, or she rather. It's unusual to call a juniper a she. Not getting sexist or anything. I think it's all a bit of a kerfuffle with all this masculine and feminine and all that. It's, yeah, it is what it is. But I call it a she because it's my little baby, this one. And you, Tanooks, and you're my baby as well, aren't you? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Well, hang on, explain what we're going to do. We're going to tidy up these trees. This one doesn't need an awful lot. It just needs nipping here and there, and a little bit of pinching. Ooh, pinching, you say? Very controversial, but no, I pinch it. Yeah, I do. But some of these do need shortening with the scissors. Back to wood. There's a bit of wire on this one as well, which we're going to remove. So basically, we want it natural looking for the growing season. We don't want any wire scarring. We'll get rid of all this blimmin' horrible Irish moss. This stuff, man, I tell you, grows everywhere. I reckon it grows on God's teeth, I think, this stuff. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do in this video. Have a quick tidy up, and then remove the wire on this one and do a bit of pruning. He's a bit heavy on the undersides of the pads. So yeah, let's do this. Right, how does it look? Well, we'll compare the two, see if it looks any different. So I haven't done any pruning, haven't done any pinching. All I've done is remove the wire. How's it set? Looking good. Right, we'll have a tidy up and we'll come back. Yeah, so you can see it's set quite well. It was a before and after photo. Honest, if you look closely, you can see a bit of wire, down here in one of the photos. So it's set quite well, but that's not to say that it will start springing up, which it will do. I know this tree all too well. As I say, I wire it every year, but I enjoy it, he says. So I'm just taking back these little extensions because he's got a bit long and leggy on the end here, which I wanted to give it a bit more depth. But I don't want these extending anymore now. I want the energy to go back into these ones behind. so it kind of fills out a little bit more. So that's all we're going to do, is just reduce little bits. That can be taken out, and that back to the wood. So not pinching yet. Don't go shouting at the screen, he's pinching. Just taking them back with the scissors. There's not a lot to be done really, because what extensions I have got in certain areas I wouldn't mind keeping. It's just stopping that extra growth on the length. That's all we're doing. So obviously cut between the needles. Nice clean pair of scissors. Right, where are we looking here? This one's, wouldn't mind keeping the extension on that, just for the minute. I want him to come out a little bit further. Around here. Take this one back. Take these back. He's looking fairly healthy though. I mean, Chinensis always go, they get that winter blush. I always find a little bit more than the Shimpaku and the Itsui Gawas. They've got more of a thicker foliage. Chinensis I find are more thinner. They're a lot more thinner in growth. And they go a bit yellowy in the winter. They get like a winter blush, more obvious anyway than they certainly from the blores. Blores are very dark in colour. There's not a lot to be done on this really. It's just a little bit of tidying up. Needs thinning out around here a little bit. It's a bit heavy on this pad, but I think he's alright for the minute. Right. It's quite heavy in either side. So I think we'll just go in and just shorten him back. It's got lovely ramification in here. So yeah, just taking it back to the wood. Heavy on this one, but it's quite nice. This can be brought down a little bit more and we'll rewire it. Looking any better? It's hard to tell. One's getting a bit long. Pinch them So when I do pinch, I'll grab a thumb and a finger load and then just do that. Don't rip them light, just pull lightly and they'll break on the weakest points. It minimises the browning. And just give it a slight twist. Berry there. A berry. Right, looking a bit heavy in here. There's an underside one there that I think we need. Get rid of that one. Get my head in the way. In the way again. Looks good. Tidy that one up. Backward growing. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that for a minute. As I say, it's got the rest of the year to do what it wants to do, and then we can start reducing it back a bit. Brilliant. Right. Don't look any different, I don't think. Does it look any different? Looks flipping same. What have you done? Looks the same. Anyway, I was thinking about removing this pad here, so it opens up the trunk a bit more. Possibly. Anyway, leave it. It's looking good. Let's let it kick in, put some growth out, see how the branches do set, because they although it looks like it hasn't moved and it's set quite well, a bit of sunlight on it and it will go whoot. It will want to do its own thing. So yeah, we'll just tidy this up and then we'll get the daughter one in and do the same. What I'll do is I'll get my brush out later, get this outside, get a light hose on it, wash all the moss off, get it all clean, clean up the pot, give it a good wipe, and yeah, look amazing. Amazing. Right, okay, we'll have a tidy up, then we'll get the daughter one in. Right, I just pulled out the weeds. You didn't want to see me do that. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I'll just have a quick look. The wire on it isn't cutting in. So I think I'll leave the wire on and we'll just reduce it back where it's needed. Just basically tidy it up. So there's some really long extensions growing here. You don't need that even for a branch. You just want to create ramification really at this stage. I want to make this, I don't want this to grow any bigger. It's like rule number one in bonsai when you've got a refined tree. Not that I'm saying this is refined, but I just love the size of it. You say you're very big. I don't know, what's that, about 5 inch. So I quite like the size of it. I do like the small bonsais. I like the big ones as well. To be fair, I like all bonsais. As long as they're nice trees, no matter what size they are. So we'll just tidy up the underneath A lot of these, a lot of it can just be pinched out, it's tidied. It can be cut out. It can be cut. Leave him. What we got going on in here? Get rid of him. So if you'd seen the video that I did of walking around the garden showing you that my trees do survive, you might have seen all the cuttings. So I've done a load more cuttings. I do a load every year, but I don't always keep them. You find new homes. But I've kept a lot more from last year. Only because I did more. So in theory, I'll have a load more of these. All different shapes. I do like to vary my designs, as you're probably aware of if you watch my videos. Get a few comments on the way that I treat things. It's all good fun. Variation. Just pinch them out. It's a bit heavy under here still, isn't it? One growing up, don't need that one. That'd be quite nice there. Just pinch that back slightly, and then this underside needs cleaning. I'm going to keep this one. Not sure. It might come in handy in the future. Reduce that one. And these. Got a bit of new growth in there, just spotted. Get rid of him. Little sucker. Right, he's looking a little bit tidier. It's a bit heavy around here, but that's where I really want the apex. Quite a dense apex on it. Eventually. But yeah, I think that'll do for the minute. As I say, it's got all year now to push out new growth. Pinch them back. Maybe crossing before you know it. bit of wire. There is a bit of wire on there. It's just a bit of that. That's better. A little bit better. Okay, right. I think that's all we're going to do to it. But he looks good. He looks good. For a little little cutting, he is good. Right, there you go. I'm doing loads of repotting at the minute, as you can imagine, aren't we all? We're all doing repots, I'd imagine. So I'm not going to film everything I do. This was just something I just needed to do, tidying up trees. You don't want to watch me do repots on every video, unless it's an interesting tree or something. There's a Chinensis, obviously, the large Chinensis, which I'm not going to repot. I'm just going to scratch the surface, just loosen it up a bit. It doesn't need repotting. It's quite a mature tree, but it does need the surface scratching up a bit. It's got a bit dense with the fertilizer I've been giving it. So I might do a video on that. And possibly a couple of other trees. But I won't bore you with it. So if I don't do a video for a while, it's not because I'm not doing anything. As you know, I'm always doing something, but it's whether I think it's worthy of showing you guys. Well, I could do it anyway. It's up to you whether you watch it. You know what I mean? Don't bother me. So yeah, anyway, love you and leave you. Thanks again for watching. And yeah, see you on the next video.